Anybody got is there a suspension hook in the ceiling?
I wish.
You ever put one on? I think we got it right. Quick change orders here. Look at that. Wow. How old are you? 20. I'm younger than you. There we go. Twist it. It's not setting right. Leather is much easier to put on.
The longer straps would go on top, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Unless you're short and wide. And the other thing too is that a lot of people, I'll come across people here and there, and I'll say I would love to put a harness on you. And they're like, oh, I don't have the body for it. And usually that's men, gay men specifically. I don't have the body for it. Okay. And that's the worst thing you can tell somebody like me, because I will drag your ass around in public and I will show you how hot it is to have something like this. It's not about the look. Okay, it's not about how you look, it's not about how the piece looks, it's about how you act in it. Okay? Now what happens if I hook you up? See, he just likes that too much. So anyway, that's actually one of my first pieces. It is older than you. And that's one of my latest pieces. The hottest part about that is the master lock. I'm driving around going, I'm going to bind this thing together. I hate these big ass. I don't want to put this big ass in the center of it, because that's just screwed. You know? You ever pinch yourself in the neck with one of these things? Ow. Dom. Everybody else is gone. But yeah, these things can bite 42 pounds. And I can take this for about 2.5 hours. And everybody felt the weight of it. The guy that works the door most of the time at the queue, have you seen him in his?
I've only been there once, and that was for, I'd only been there once for Kentucky Love Pride.
Heathen redneck security macho bullshit. I love it. But anyway, I was in Lowe's after I bought the chain. I'm like, how am I going to see it together? This is for a boat. Anybody that's been boating knows what that's for. It's I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but you put rope through it. But it was a nice piece for the back, and I kept thinking, what am I going to do for the front? Master lock came to mind, you know. The master lock costs more than the chain to do. It's $30 master lock. It's impenetrable. But it's cool, you know, especially if you're in a BDSM realm, you know, have a master across a harness like that, just, she almost broke a sweat. So the thing is like you can pretty much do anything. See, I told you I had it. And like I said, a lot of this stuff comes from Hardware Star, Kennedy Leather Company, online. I found a couple of really great resources online, stuff like that. So supplies are pretty cheap. One of the reasons we're doing these classes to do Shane's here in December, and then Shane's coming
November.
next month. I'll be coming up with Shane. Shane does fantastic work. I actually got a piece for a friend of mine in Chicago that has never had one. It's called the 3-foot signature. Pride color, leather color. So anyway, Shane does fantastic work. He could probably make a fortune off the leather that I waste refitting stuff, because that's what I do. I refit stuff. Templates don't work for me. I put it together in my head. I put it together on the table. I put it together on a person. Corey, I think he took second place for GLLA. Best boy. His harness, I did.
Okay.
It's what they call a halter harness, which is more than a total upper piece harness until still suspension. But you can hook it from here or from that. So you pretty much, you know, anything you could do, probably could show us how to do a rope harness real quick.
I don't have rope with me.
I've always got rope. But rope is something that I've not done a whole lot with in the way of harnesses. Suspension with rope. There's art to that.
There is.
Such an art to rope suspension. And one other thing, for me, what I understand is that you're not supposed to cut off somebody's circulation.
Correct.
So when I see pictures of black and blue hands, black and blue legs and feet, it's like, that's not right, but the picture's pretty. It's a great picture. So, what do you think about those?
In general?
Would you wear them?
Absolutely.
Female harness? Would you want like your boots in chains, exposed, your nipples hanging out?
Probably.
Yeah? She's gonna be fine.
Well, I think we should already pierced.
Yeah.
That's why. Because I won't have mine closed over either. They get not pierced.
Yeah.
Nope.
Any girls with piercings are not going to close them in because I'm out.
Yeah.
A lot of the pictures are exposed. Leather or chain, both?
Yeah, either.
Either?
Yeah.
Pretty much up for anything.
I'm
Switch.
open.
Not swish, switch.
Yeah.
Switch goes on the left. What about you? You know? Not sure. Just kind of drag along into it.
Really?
What about you put one on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, dragging around a lane. I have a leash in the car right now. What about you? Why? I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna hear it. I don't have the body. Yes, you do. When I get done with you, you'll think different. Trust me. Corey, same thing.
Yeah.
He didn't take title in the contest, but when he got that on, I mean, it took us a couple of weeks to get to it because he had scheduled my schedule. When he put that harness on and it was finished, it was like he felt good because he's looked good. He looked good. It was built for him. This is not shit that you go and find on the rack. This is not something I would want to associate with being on the rack. A couple of people that I've bought stuff from, the best I know to wear, $150. It's the place downtown Louisville. Black on black leathers, $49.95 plus shipping. So $60 for something I would have paid $150 for. That's the problem I run into a lot of times. People want it now. If it doesn't fit me, and I don't like it, and I can't get it right now, I'm going to what's the name of that? 7th and 9th. That's our thing. Wicked leather. The problem I have with finished leather takes a lot more time to clean and care for. Okay. Have you ever seen a leather finished harness? It's folded and it's stitched along the edge. Now, what happens when you sweat? If you go to the beach, you've got suntan lotion, or if you put lotion on the shower, deodorant. Where does all that stuff go? If you've got a piece of leather riding right up underneath your armpit with white deodorant, where's that white deodorant going? Right on that leather. Oops, wait a minute. It doesn't go on the leather because it's folded. It goes, once it gets beyond that stitch, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't even get in there with saddle soap. Saddle soap is one of the best leather cleaners on the market. You cannot get behind that stitch. Once that's closed, you can't get in. Period. So what happens if you don't take care of it? It rots. It falls apart. Okay. Some of the pieces that I made at the same time I made that one were on people that wear them semi-regularly with the parties in Louisville. 20, 25 years old. They're still durable. They're still looking good. They're still sturdy. People still wear them. Okay. People come to me with these off-the-rack harnesses and they're like, "Can you fix this?" Well, yeah, but I'd rather build this one because a generic harness is not going to fit your body, or you're not going to wear it on the rack. You're not sure. You're not going to find one on the rack that's probably going to fit you. You look at it and say, "Okay, it's hot," right? But it's not me. It's not going to work. Okay, for what reason? For whatever, I'm not asking you, but for whatever reason, I'm not going to look good at it, okay? I was self-conscious for years because I had this, looks like I have boobs, I had this divot in my chest, okay? And that little bone, pop that thing out, and you feel it, you can see it, and I was self-conscious about that for years, okay? And how old are you? Almost twice his age, okay? Some guy come up and hit me on the ass one night at the bar and said, "You have the ass." And I said, "At my age, Benny, I've got the